never done before. This is how you celebrate this wonderful country we live in with the American flag, made in the USA using domestic materials in a U.S. facility with U.S. labor. That is what Annin Flagmakers are all about since 1847. FMAA certified. We'll talk about what that means in just a moment. But if you didn't know, 2026 will mark our country's 250th anniversary. So you want to do that with a Made in America flag. This price is only good for the day. You are seeing here embroidered stars, durable nylon fabric, which is fade resistant, weather resistant, double stitched right here in the US of A. Metal grommets will be resistant to corrosion, and you have your choice between two different sizes. The lower price, the $27.98, is for the 3x5. We do have that pole available as well. It's a 6-foot aluminum wall mount flagpole for a $9.33 easy pay, and it fits both sizes, tangle free. So what you'll see behind me is the 3x5 is probably the most common size that everybody, I'm 5'2", you can see either one, it's just, they're grand and absolutely beautiful. But that's the 3x5, so 3 easy payments of $9.33 is a charge on a credit card to get it home. You have 30 days to return if you need to, but 1 day for this price. And then we don't have a ton of the 4x6 available. 1,000 now remain. $16.66 is a charge on a credit card to get that home. Housewarming gift, really every home in America should proudly fly our flag, because though we may have differences, we all unite in the fact that we're Americans, and we should be so proud of that and celebrating that, not just today and on our patriotic holidays, but every single day of the year. H495340 is your item number. I am joined by Scott Hine today, bringing us this very amazing,
so very good to see you.
Yeah, meaningful
Absolutely.
Today's special value for the first time ever.
Yeah, and it's funny because you and I have been talking earlier, and I said I've been here for 23 years, presented good Lord knows how many products, and I've never been more proud to represent a product than what I'm doing today, because this is just different.
Yeah.
You and I talk a lot when we present products. We talk about the what. What does it do? What does it do for me? Today we're talking about the why. The why do you have, because we know what an American flag is, we know how important it is, we know what it symbolizes, but the question is, why do we want an Annin flag? Simply put, 1847, 6th generation. Mr. Beard, the CEO right now, is the 6th generation family member to be making flags. It is made entirely, every last part of this is made entirely in the United States. 400 seamsters every day work on these flags. Human hands touch every flag and put them in the sewing machine. It never touches the ground during manufacturing or shipping. It is all of that together equals one word: pride.
Pride, yes.
Pride in what they do, pride in a great American company that right here in Coshocton, Ohio, that real American jobs, supporting real American families, working folks that can really provide for their family because of Annin has their manufacturing facilities in Cobbs Creek, Virginia, South Boston, Virginia, in New Jersey. This is a company that believes in this country and gives back to this country.
Right. I mean, if there was ever anything that you want to make sure is made in America, it's your American flag. I mean, let's just start there.
Oh, and real quick to that point, I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't disparage anybody who wants to fly the flag, okay? Like if you believe it, you love our country, and that's great, I have no problem with that. But you go online, you get something that's stamped or pressed, probably made overseas in a country that really doesn't have pride in our flag, because why would they? That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about an amazingly built and
let's talk about
flag.
the quality, the durability. This is something that you have to have respect for, and we'll talk about flag etiquette in just a moment, but it's going to have respect for you too in the quality of the durability.
I love the way you phrase that. That's a fabulous way to phrase it, because this is made by human hands, okay? This is Annin flags, and it is made with pride, and what that means to you. Look here, double stitching up the stripes, okay? Quadruple stitching along the end here, along the seams, okay? Every one of these stars as we go up here is embroidered. Look at the beauty and the quality. All exactly the same, all exacting standards, but all embroidered beautifully. 200D, 200 denier nylon. So in the case that you do accidentally leave it out in the rain, which we all try not to do, but accidents happen, it's going to take that punishment, wind resistant, fade resistant, UV resistant, all of those. It is so well made, and it's why Annin flags, when you see politicians, raise their right hand, or you see huge sporting events, or to outer space and back.
Right.
Go Google Annin's history. That's why you see an iconic picture of a flag. It's going to be
It's an Annin flag.
It's an Annin flag, yeah.
1847, 6 generations,
Yep.
all made in America. Tell us about the FMAA certification. That this
Flagmakers
flag has.
Association of America. So what they obviously they look at flags, they regulate flags. They have a Made in the USA certification standard. It is literally stricter than QVC's. Every last ounce of this flag, from the stitching to the fabric to everything, the grommets, the ribbon, not only that, the packaging it comes in, the print on it, every last ounce of this must be made in America.
Right.
Sourced with American materials, made by American workers, American jobs. That's how you get the certification. That's what that is here. They have that certification.
Right.
It is borderline impossible for us to be able to say that on air. You know
I
how
know,
strict
yes.
the legal standards are. We can proudly say FMAA certified, made in America.
Right. I mean, there
It's
are a
awesome.
lot of items that are put together in America, but made of imported parts. That's not the case here. They wouldn't be able to get that certification. We wouldn't be able to tell you that here on QVC. We do have this as a one-day best value of the day on a very special day for our country. Now, if you're thinking, well, I want to fly it today, I know, unfortunately, we can't get it to you by then,
get that.
but you do want to have it ready for next year, because what happens next year?
250 years, our birthday. It's
Right.
what is it? Bicentennial, I believe it's like.
Yes,
it's struggling. I have to tattoo it on my hand because I
Right.
literally can't. It's a very hard word to pronounce. But 250th anniversary here in the Philadelphia area. Think about
Oh,
here
yes.
in Philadelphia. It's going to be insane here because birthplace of our country, and the flag was, there are a lot of people would say it was founded here and that it was ratified here by Congress in 1777. So the amount of celebrations that'll be here. Everybody can just be so proud to be American because, you and I talked, as I see people behind the cameras, 8, 9, 10 people back there.
Right.
We all have different beliefs. You and I are friends. We probably differ on some things. No big deal.
Right.
The one thing we can all unite on is this right here.
And that's what
pride.
we should focus on.
That's
Let's
it.
focus on what unites us rather than what divides us.
And
because
even if you and I
it's
differ,
so special.
even if you and I differ, we live in the greatest country in the world that allows us to differ. That's what's so great about it.
Exactly.
Like that's what this symbol is. Those freedoms, our abilities to have our own opinions, and not be repressed in any way, and having those. That's that symbol. So we all can agree,
Right.
no matter what you believe in, that we can fly this with pride. And if you're going to fly a flag, fly an Annin flag. No question about it.
Absolutely. 50 stars for the 50 states,
Mm-hmm.
13 stripes for the original 13 colonies, red for hardiness and valor, white for purity and innocence, and blue for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The flag's been revised 27 different times.
Yep.
I've learned a lot today. I have it
Yep.
all written down here. The most recent version of the flag with 50 stars was recognized in 1960 when Hawaii became a state.
Yep.
So all of this history, all of the beauty, when you see it flowing in the wind like that, it just gives you this feeling of pride, of
100%.
patriotism, of remembering those who have fought so hard and lost so much for our ability to have freedom like we do.
Yeah, there's that's the phrase you see all the time, and I don't want to make it sound like it's gimmicky because it's not. It says, "All gave some gave all,"
Absolutely.
and that's what this represents. That's you see as it's folded properly. We'll talk quickly about flag etiquette because that's one of them. When you store, you should learn how to. You go online quick and learn how to fold it correctly. It's not hard at all.
Right.
I remember learning it as a Boy Scout, and I still know how to do it. So not a problem there. Do everything you can not to fly in inclement weather. Of course, never let it touch the ground.
Yes.
That's really important. And then when it comes time to dispose of it, it really is our it's called the U.S. Flag Code. It's Section 4, Chapter 1 of the United States Code. It is law. You are supposed to, when it's tattered, you are supposed to dispose of it in a certain way. You can burn it in the proper way, believe it or not,
Right.
or you can bury it. But I know just in my township about 2 weeks ago, they had a very proper burning ceremony for your old flags. It meant a lot. I was like, that's great because it's bizarre as it sounds, it doesn't seem natural to go burn a flag, right?
Right.
Okay, at least not to me. But you take it to that ceremony and dispose of it properly.
Right.
That's a pride. And then what we're
Look
showing
how
here,
gorgeous this
oh,
is.
so beautiful, is at night. Okay, you can fly it 24 hours a day. That's not a problem. But if you're flying at night, you do have to light it up. So we have a spotlight here on this beautiful Annin flag. Like, just look how gorgeous that is like how it just pops in the
It's
light.
so absolutely
It's
beautiful.
stunning. Yeah.
There's a sheen to it as well, and that is not printed. Those are individually double sewn down, every single one of the stripes. Every single one of the 50 stars is embroidered. This is the biggest one we have. It's the 4x6. We have fewer than 900 for the day. This price goes up at the end of the day. Normally $65. We've taken $15 off the price. If you want to get the 3x5, which is the most common size, that is a $9.33 charge on a credit card. So think about it. If you even have an American flag, if it's a little tattered, have respect for it, dispose of it properly, and then display this brand new, made in America, made in the USA American flag, and feel really good about what you're doing. If you're thinking about gifting this for someone moving into a new home, it's the perfect gift.
We talked about it earlier. We have a friend who's active military and pretty high up in the military, and he, for everyone he knows who moves to a new house, his housewarming gift is an Annin flag.
Yeah.
Because it's a couple of different things. It's letting people know that you care, to give them the best out there, which is the Annin. It's a way to show your pride in the greatest country, and it's a way then that people continue to think of you, because you drive up the driveway or whatever, you see that gorgeous Annin flag flying, like, oh, I remember that was given to me, and it's such a kind and caring and thoughtful gift. And that's the difference, because remember we talked at the beginning of the presentation of the why. That's why you get an Annin and not just any run-of-the-mill flag.
Right, and if you're going to, I mean, think about this. You have it up all year long for many, many years.
That's it.
You spent $28 on the 3x5, and you're going to have it for years. We talk about price per wear. What about price per, you know, showing your patriotism every single day, making your house on the block, let everybody know how proud you are to live in America.
Well, I thought you did a great job earlier on addressing the obvious. It's July 4th today. We understand you're not going to have the flag today. We get that. But you'll have it for multiple July 4ths to come. 4 flag days, for Memorial Days, all those things. But to your point, every day in a way is Flag Day.
Right.
Show your pride. We can all agree on that. And that's what's awesome about our country. We can agree that this is a symbol of freedom and of rights that we all have. And so fly it every day. And if you get the pole that comes with it, that's all corrosion resistant. That's all, you know, coated, and the mount is amazing. So you're getting, everything is made in America. Everything's so well made by Annin.
We have those available, by the way. This is right in front of QVC right now, where you're seeing the proper way to fold the flag. And then we have it there flying every day as I walk into QVC. When you see a flag at half-mast, sometimes you're like, I didn't listen to the news this morning. I don't know why. What's happening? You
can Google, and sometimes it's state by state, you know, God forbid something, you know, it can be state by state, or it can be national. You could just look it up and then, okay, oh, I need to, you know, bring that down. There are rules for that. There are rules for how you put it away. There were rules for how you store it, fold it, and, you know, obviously dispose of it. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is, in my mind, is just do your best to be a patriot, to be someone who respects it and treats the flag like the precious item that it is. And yes, okay, have I personally down at the beach, I'm away running errands and a 20-minute storm pops up? Of course, it happens to all of us. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but this is the flag that can take that weather, but then you just get home and you bring it in. That's okay. Like, not everyone's perfect, but it's more about the pride. It's the pride of having an Annin flag.
This is the pole that you just saw in the video. Here we have this is the bigger one, right? This is the 4x6.
It is. It's a little more substantial. It's
both of these are. Okay, and they're both on, so that pole can handle the 4x6 or the 3x5. It's around $10 on an easy payment plan to get that home. And then you have all the mounting material. It has a tangle-free.
Yes, the pole's really well made. It's corrosion-free, tangle-free. And then when we're done talking about can we show, there's a little table over there, over to our left. If we could get that shot, if not, it's okay. Just want to show this quick because we wanted to talk about it. I want to hear your story too, because you're a military family. That is, so my grandfather was my personal hero, the finest human being I've ever known. Lost him about 35 years ago this September when I was in high school, and he was literally my hero. He was a tank driver in Okinawa. Those are pictures there of the parade he was in New Holland, Pennsylvania in 1946 when he came home from the war. That's his unit right there in the middle picture. The Sea Cats, the boat that brought him home from Okinawa. Those pictures are so much pride, but most importantly, as you come across there, that flag was his casket flag. And he had full military honors. And when he passed away, you know, they gave my grandmother the flag, but then I inherited it. I snuck a peek a few weeks ago. I didn't know. Annin flag.
Annin flag.
What that meant to me was staggering. Like, you have to be very careful with the casket flag, but I kind of peeked in. It's like, holy smokes, that's an Annin flag. And then real quick as we go along there, where we have a little condo at the beach in Ocean City, Maryland, 142nd Street, every July 4th. So today, everybody puts flags out on their balconies and hangs flags and buntings. It is the most awesome day. It is just so much fun because